You need to keep track of the freaking timer. Please tell me we're not doing this again. I'll watch from behind as Michiru boldly leaps into the classroom like a paratrooper jumping into the sky over Normandy. Naturally, she's not heavily equipped, but in her grim resolve, she matched it for a screaming eagle. Without such intestinal fortitude, there's no way the girl could charge so defenselessly into the classroom, well, unless she's simply unaware of the situation. He's like the latter. You are truly foolish woman, Michiru. Here I was, filled with admiration for your kamikaze spirit, to think you're just wallowing in ignorance. Guess you didn't ask. That's right, the situation's a bee. A flying pest has occupied our classroom and now lies in ambush. Classmates have all withdrawn from the field. More or less it's because they're concerned of what type of bee it is, or hornet. Guess if it's the poisonous kind there's a poisonous kind that can kill you. Yeah. Japan bees are so much fun. This is exactly why you were renowned as the most brainless of bimbos. Every action should be taken only after consideration of the worst case scenario. Don't you have any common sense at all? What kind of idiot opens a door without assessing the risks? Whenever you open the door, do so in steadfast resolve to find Simulea waiting on the other side. Not worthy of my instruction. If you're that determined, I suppose I can make an exception. Step 1, confirm the surrounding area. Standing in front of the door, I demonstrate by pointing subsequently to the ceiling, the floor, my front, my rear, my left, my right, following with my eyes. Observe the utmost caution, you understand. Search every inch of the surrounding of the assumption that they hide deadly traps. Quiet. We've just begun our 6-hour stakeout period, of course. Well, by all rights, we should obtain a map, infiltrate, and watch from cover for a week in advance. I'm granting extraordinary permission for a raid after nothing more than an observation period. You're still not satisfied. So how far do you expect me to indulge your laziness, you spoiled little bottled blonde, and you call yourself Japanese? Very well, I'll teach you the most simplest possible method, using nice small words. First, we slowly open the door. Then we throw in a decoy. As we close the door, stand by until the decoys report. Oh, you're going to make fun of the way I do things. Okay, I'm going to open this door, push you in there, close it. You get stuck with a dangerous bee. That on my screen. God damn it. Listen up, maggot. We have a scouting mission to complete. Destination in the face of the enemy is treason. If you turn your back on your foe and come crawling to safety, I'll re-educate you with my own hands. Calm down. Maintain your composure. Don't let panic blind you. Use those holes in your head you call eyes. You're truly hopeless. Very well, I'll go so far as to sing a song to give you courage. La gleaming like the morning sun. All through patcher and dress. See, she's decided to silence her breath and hide. Compared to noisily trying to escape, that's a much wiser course of action. She's gained such instinctive understanding of the art of reconnaissance in this short time. Ichiru, my friend, we might make a scout of you yet. Ichiru's collapsed on the floor, her eyes rolled around her head. What's all this then? Hey Maggie, who authorized you to faint? Calm yourself, this thing is nothing more than an insect. Be eliminated, situation resolved. I told you to calm yourself, this kind of bee can't sting. Listen well, a bee stinger is a part of its ovipositor, therefore males don't have one. Look closely, this thing is harmless. They jumped to the conclusion and made this mistake for the dangerous variety, ran off to get insecticide or something. That's a giant hornet. It stings. Also, it's poisonous. It'll sting you if you shout. Be quiet. Listen carefully, Michiru. Giant hornets don't just sting. They inject potent venom. Slightly digressing, but this thing is called a yak killer because of its poison cocktail. Again, Japan. Why the heck do you have this deadly shit? I don't really understand as much. I'm Canadian. Well, I live in Canada. And I'm a poor example of nationalities. Don't make any sudden movements. Walk slowly and keep quiet. Unfortunately, you're a blonde, so your coloration is similar to that of a hornet. In other words, there's no problem if he accepts you as a friend. I said silence, not... Oh, offering in a Buffleman folk song, very sensible. I don't want to clack their mandibles together like that, and significantly means a final warning. If you make any more stupid moves, you'll be stung for sure. Neurotoxin. Sounds like it'll take that hornet out for sure. We gotta come up with a plan B or this won't end well. That hornet is pretty worked up. Just what did you do to that poor hornet?
一吹きでも効果はありますので。効果があったらダメなんだってば。そうですか。今度は低空飛行だと。
Seems to be aiming at your legs, Mitru. Do you think you'll be needing those in the future?
当たり前でしょ。
I see.
騒がしいわね。ユミコ、何？いや、そうじゃなくて足元。待って、朝からあんまり大声出さないで。
She stepped on it.
何？ちゃんと話してくれる？そう。
The squash hornet stuck flat to the bottom of her shoe. Sakaki walks to her desk and takes out a book. Although the girl glances over here briefly, she soon pulls out her bookmark without another word and begins moving her eye across the lines of text. Sachi, there's got to be a nest somewhere nearby. Think you can find it and give it a dose of that cocktail of yours?
かしこまりました。つまり、ユミコ最強説。
Not the type to want to make an enemy of. With this, the Hornet incident draws to a close without casualties. Just as they say, at times ignorance is bliss. After middle school, you won't be popular with the girls if all you can do is fight. You need brains too. Or so my master taught me. So are you smart then? In response to the obvious question, my master replied that women are more popular if they're a little dim-witted. I think she might have intended it as a joke, not that it was remotely funny. Master wasn't much of a comedian, but there was one thing I have to thank her for. Specifically, she's the one who really got me hooked on reading. There are a vast number of books in this world, and the majority are interesting in some way. Even though we get stuck with a seriously dull one, if you look at it crucially and figure out why it is a failure, the time you spend with it is an incomplete waste. I devoured a book like an addict when I was a kid. My master would get me anything I wanted to read, even comics or porn magazines. It's a damn good thing if you can enjoy the reading. Why? Let you make use of the time you spend waiting in the dentist office, doesn't it? Am I supposed to laugh now? Not that I've gained much wisdom from what I've read in waiting rooms, but I think I can at least smile at those words today. Akina, you here? Hey Makina, why are you in your own room? True. Yes, the notes that was on our door. The thing is, the paper was yellowed and wrinkled. There's no telling how long it's been there. Are you always in Amon's room? Yes, the room I just entered is in fact Amon's room. And she has a lot of toys. It's probably for Makina, but looking around, a good half of the room is buried in random junk. Yes, Makina has been doing her best imitation of a squirrel prepping for hibernation, depositing things here little by little with every visit. I appreciate the neighborly spirit, but this isn't your room. Return of Eye Candy Central, everybody! I don't know why. Nothing much, just stopped by looking to lend Makina a book. It's for that thing. I pointed over one item on Makina's pile of junk, an aquarium containing her crawfish. She asked me if I knew any books with detailed instructions on raising crawfish, so I took a look around a store by the station.
ああ、あんたが原因か、あのザリガニ。この子いきなり部屋に持ってきたかと思えば青くするって言い出してさ。最初は洗面器に入れてたんだけど、夜中に逃げ出すもんだから水槽セット買う羽目になったのよ。
Sorry about that.
別に責めてるわけじゃないわよ。この子が生き物に興味を持つのは悪くないことだし。ね、本は
I can imagine how many likes are going to be on this video because of this one fucking moment. Here it is. The part about racing crawfish starts on page 38. The last two pages talk about getting them to turn blue. As soon as Makina sets the book from me, she sits down on the spot with a thump and starts to rifle through the pages.
つうかさ、本当に青くなるの？
When I tried this experiment as a kid, there was a range of variations among the individual, but most of them did turn some shade of blue.
なんか面白そうね。
By the way, I have a question on my own. Do you mind?
何す？
Why exactly are you constantly half naked?
ああ、別にいつもじゃないっていうか、今私シャワー浴びてるところだったのよ。
I see.
つうか、突っ込むの遅くね？
I'll try to work on that. But I mean, I think you do the K thing and hide your chest before I got a chance to bring it up, usually. I'm no more concerned with my glance than before, walks briskly to her vanity and flips on her hairdryer.
私って汗っかきでさ、夏場は1日3回ぐらいはシャワー浴びるのよね。油断してるとおっぱいの下に汗もができたりで大変なのよ。
It says her just on their own way. I see.
ね、お兄ちゃん、
Oh yeah, if you're offering.
ちょっと待っててね。
Akina places her book on the floor, opens in the refrigerator, then promptly sticks her hand, starts rooting around like she owns the place. It's basically as much as her room as Almond's by this point.
何？
That's how long has Makina been hanging around in this room?
そうね。マキナがこの学園に来てからずっとかな。この子、一人だと夜中に大声上げて泣くから。失敬なのよさ。今はもう泣かないのよ。月に一度帰るかどうかじゃない。しかも私に怒られた時とかそんな時ばっかり。ねえ、お兄ちゃんはああやって意地悪なことばっかり言う女を。
It seems a rare thing to find a woman other than your mother who nag you. Take good care of her, alright?
お兄ちゃんまでそんなことを言う。随分と住みにくい世の中になったものよさ。
As she speaks, Makina holds me a can of orange juice. Look, Makina, can we do something about this Oni-chan thing?
なんで？
Well, how can I put this? I feel a little awkward.
そのうち慣れると思うのよ。私もマキナって呼ばれるのな。
What do you mean? You don't like being called by your own name?
実はね、私マキナって名前。
And why is that?
なんかマキナってバギナみたいなのよさ。
What is wrong with this? What?
だからバギナ。
I see. Well, that's certainly a very feminine
でも
name.
ね、バギーナって言うとなんかアイドルっぽいよね。
Whatever you think. Hey, Amen.
何さ？
Is this girl high? Just what are you putting in her food?
失礼ね。何も変なものは食べさ。
So she says, but this is talking of one of those guys who self-medicate the night before a major operation. I feel like I'm dealing with someone who sees things shouldn't see and hear voices they shouldn't hear. Instinctively, I drop my hand onto Makina's hand, vigorously ruffle her head around. your pupils don't look dilated.
そんなに疑うならあんたも食べてく。
What?
だから晩ご飯今夜はおでんにするつもりだから人数増えても平気だし。ほほ違います。あなたが今想像したのは北欧神話の最高神です。ボケをインターセプトされた。がっかりな。
The hell?
まあいいからいいから食べていきなさい。
Hey.
に断ってアマネイに恥かかせちゃダメなのよ。
Makina seizes my hand and tries to forcefully drag me further inside. Well, alright, fine. There probably won't be anything I dislike in an Odon stew anyway. I'll eat pretty much anything that's put in front of me, but I do have some foods I find a little difficult to deal with on a psychological level. I offered a cushion with a cute girly design. I sit down and reluctantly in an instant Makina has plopped herself down on my knees. Look, you. Why are you sitting on my lap? That's not what I'm saying, but the line's familiar. I hadn't realized it until now, but Makina seems to have a bit of imitating Amon's speech. Now that I think about that, she always tagging on the end of her sentences for a particular no reason. Seems like it might be a corruption of Amon's frequent And Makina's forceful tone and attitude toward men also remind me of a certain someone. They do say pets resemble their owners. Someday this girl might well become the sort of evil woman who walks around struggling shopkeepers into giving away their livelihood. We can have that. To tell the truth, from my current position, Makina's for those of certain taste, these things might have a power to tempt exceeding that of Amon's orders. Hey, Amon. Why does this girl jump onto man's laps without a second thought? I'm leaning towards blaming you. I'm not saying I hate it, but it seems she's casually hopping on top of strange old men in town. I think we might run into some problem. Well, we had a couple of chances to talk recently, I guess. Nothing in particular comes to mind. That a fact? So why has Makina gotten so attached to me? I don't remember taming her with food or teaching her during games behind mommy's back. I searched my memory, but nothing really stands out. Completely disinterested in my reminiscence, Makina pushes her can of orange juice toward me and tilts her head to the side as she asks for help. A pretty standard pattern among women playing the Moe type, who try to tickle the man's heart with an appeal of their own helplessness. Makina's fingers are stubby and thin. I wouldn't be surprised if opening a can really was a challenge. Yeah, here you go. If you're trying to pull something like that, I'd probably punch you, right?
Listen to music, don't care what you say.
So she doesn't let anyone pamper her like that. Like this. I see. Whether or not Makina is paying any attention to our conversation about her, she continues to flip through the book on my lap without comment.
もうマーキーな、おっぱい見えてるってば。ブラしなさいって。だってあれきついのよさ。きついって言うほど出っ張っちゃいないでしょがあんた。いいからおいで。もうちょっとで読み終わ。ほら、着せてあげるからた。
Amina reaches her hands under. Sense of emptiness might be going a bit far, but the sudden removal of that limb-worn creature from my lap leaves me feeling slightly lonely.
はい、ちゃんと自分の足で。もう足踏んでるし。ごめんよ。もうほら、キャミ脱がすから万歳して。
Hey, how about having her put her clothes on by herself?
この子服着るの下手なのよ。っていうか服が嫌いなのね。病院ではずっとスモックしか着てなかったって言うし。
Gowns.
ほら、病院で手術を受ける人が着るやつ、背中で縛って着るの。
Is number 5. And please, YouTube, do not do anything to my channel. Please. Blame the irresponsible brat around the wall. Ah, right.
あればっかり着てたせいか、ゆるっとした服じゃないと嫌がるし。
Also, I'm going to have to lower my mic down a bit.
こうやって誰かが服を着せてあげないと。
Sorry if my voice sounds a bit
開かないわ
low.
ね。
Or maybe too low, I can't tell. But this is the only way that I can find a way around that problem.
まね、痛いよ。我慢しなさい。こうやって背中と脇の下から脂肪を寄せ集めてカップに詰めるの。そうすればほら、ちょっとで息苦しい。女ってのは息苦しいものなのよ。はい、できた。
Okay, I'm about to go to the next part here.
Can you?
Okay, going to the next